What's up, guys, and welcome back to Top 5. For over 80 years, DC Comics has been publishing some of the best comic book villains of all time, including the Joker, Lex Luthor, the Riddler, Deathstroke, Bane, Darkseid, and Brainiac. From Batman enemies to Superman's toughest foes, this ranking of the top 5 greatest DC villains features violent psychopaths, mad scientists, and omnipotent beings. Number 5. Brainiac. Is there any villain whose absence from the live-action Superman movies is more baffling than Brainiac? Aside from a certain bald-headed megalomaniac, Brainiac is unquestionably Superman's greatest foe. This cold, unfeeling android has devoted himself to amassing every last tidbit of knowledge there is. He catalogs the many cultures of the universe, collects samples, and destroys the rest so no one else can possess what he does. Often, Brainiac is portrayed as the destroyer of Krypton. Number 4. Sinestro. Sometimes, villains are just more interesting than the heroes they oppose. They're more flawed and more tragic. That certainly applies to Sinestro, who has just experienced a decade-long renaissance at the hands of writer Jeff Johns. Sinestro was once considered the greatest Green Lantern because of his ability to maintain law and order in his sector. But Sinestro turned to fear as a more potent weapon than willpower. And that's been his downfall ever since. Now, he's gone from being the greatest Green Lantern to being the greatest Green Lantern villain, and he has an entire Lantern Corps of his own to call upon. Number 3. TwoFace. Batman is a character defined by duality. None of his enemies reflect this trait better than TwoFace. Once, he was Harvey Dent, a brilliant district attorney who, alongside Batman and Commissioner Gordon, was determined to make Gotham a safer place to live. But that crusade ended with the death of Harvey's wife, and a grotesque burn covering half his face. Now, TwoFace embraces the power of chance. A simple coin flip can either save a man or damn him to his fate. He's a classic villain, not just because of the destruction he can cause if the coin lands wrong, but because deep down, Batman still thinks he can save Harvey. Number 2. Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor firmly believes that he could be the savior of the world if Superman weren't around to hog his glory and inspire humanity to be weak and dependent. And maybe he's right. Luthor is quite possibly the most intelligent man in the world, and he's built a massive corporation up from nothing. There's very little this super genius can't accomplish when he sets his mind to it. Unfortunately, he'd rather continue his feud with Superman than help humanity. That's the crux of their dynamic, and it's why Luthor has remained such a great villain all these decades. Number 1. The Joker. You can't have Batman without Joker. They're like the yin and yang of Gotham, whereas Batman is determined to destroy crime and bring order back to his city. Joker cares only about chaos, anarchy, and killing his victims in the funniest way possible. Very little is known about this villain before he started dressing like a clown and tormenting the city. Maybe he was a failed comedian. Maybe he was a mob enforcer. That uncertainty has become part of Joker's charm. This is not a villain we want to get close to or even understand. We just want to see him cut loose and make Gotham his playground. Maybe one day he'll make Batman see the joke that is life. That's it for this edition of Top 5. Comment below who you think should have been number 1. Did you agree with our assessment? And always, guys, let us know what you would like us to do a top 5 on. We'll see you next time.